Hello? Damn.
Hello?
Damn. I've been trying to get this to work for 3 minutes. Oh well. Hi. It's been a hot minute, and I can explain. Not really. Jesus. I'm really out of the loop every time I do this shit lately. Well, I don't know if I should wait a little longer or not. I don't even know what we were doing last time for this damn map. All I know is that there was people. There's not much people this time, so... Oh well. Okay, where was I doing? What was I doing? Where were we at? Oh yeah, hold on. Let me change the settings for this then. There we go. Let's see if that's working better now. There we go. Yay. Where were we last time? I think we were trying to just... Oh yeah, we just did the kitchen because of the weather. Yeah. The weather was not good yesterday. It just was not. Oh yeah, and we finished this room. Right. So we were completely just going to the next floor and doing that instead. Okay. I got my bearings. I know what the fuck I'm doing right now. Yay. That's rare. Knowing this channel, or whatever you want to call this journey, we should just do whatever and hope that it works. At least in my humble, air quotes, opinion. The fuck was that? Oh, I forgot you assholes are still here. Get the fuck out of here. Freaks. Anyway, so we're gonna put the glass in here. After all of that. I don't like that. Yeah, I guess that's better. I guess. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. And you can still see the outside pretty good, so... I mean, I guess this is what we're doing. This is the vibe. This is the vibe check, I guess. So it's been a hot minute since I think I've been here. I think it's almost been a week or more since my last stream, which I am sorry for my last stream. It was very god-awful. And I still uploaded it, even though it was very terrible. To be fair, I did not realize... I just realized something. Did I not change the roof for each room, or did I just... I did not. Did I not do that for downstairs either? I don't think I really did. Huh. Interesting. But anyways. Okay, get rid of all this shit. So there's a reason partly why I'm doing this stream today. Partly. So Minky had to take the little baby out to, you know, do medical stuff. You know, standard doctor check shit. So I am the only one here. And I do not like sleeping alone when I know I'm completely alone because of the ex situation. So I don't like sleeping alone at all anymore. Because that was a nightmare to sleep alone in that place. And then, you know, have my life ruined. Because that person just could not, for the life of them, not be loud and scare me at night. It was, or even day. It didn't matter what time of day it was. It was just whenever they could, they would. And you're just like, brother, what's your problem? And then it's like, oh yeah, you're not the problem. They're just them. They're just unapologetically them in the worst way possible. And you're like, oh yeah, that sucks. So that's why I don't really, like to sleep alone when I'm in a house, is because of that situation. So I was like, fine. And also Minky was like, oh yeah, I don't have my keys. Because, they just didn't. So I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll be the responsible one. I guess. Even though I'm the worst person for that. But sure. Whatever. I think we'll do a different pattern for this way. I think. Too low. I do want this to be interesting. Just, just because I want to find things interesting. Also, I think it just would make more sense if, the lighting was closer to the ground, but also with a little creative twist. So some people, this might look god-awful, but to me it looks like something. And we're going to kill all these people. That's the first thing we're going to do. Is kill all these people in this place right now. I didn't want that door. I do want doors, just not that door. Also, I already know birch door is going to be for this room. Ah, why is there snow in here? Oh yeah, because I forgot to... I'm dumb. I forgot about that. Let's break this shit. This stairs room is just going to have paintings and lighting. There's just no other way to put anything else in here. Other stair areas or whatever, maybe. Maybe. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the best door for this room. It just looks the best with that. Actually, does it? Or would that look better? Too dark. What about this door? Yeah, that's better, actually. Especially for this room, that would be way better. Yeah, there we go. That's way better. Okay. So we got that door situated, and we don't really have to do much with that room other than lighting. This room, we might put, like, maybe a chest or something over here, something. Also, we'll kill these people. That's just the plan. Actually, speaking of killing these people, let's do that right now. Get the fuck out of here. How much strain did you have, dude? Hey, buddy, get out of the living room. Thank you. Jesus. Is there anyone else in this house? Let's look around. Let's just make sure that we're weeding all the people that we don't want in this house, that just doesn't deserve to be here. Because they don't deserve to be here. We don't even know these people. Is there anyone in the dining room? Nope, good. And this is still my favorite room, I think, is the dining room so far. The kitchen is coming to a good second, but it's not like my favorite. It's like, oh, this is nice. I do like this stairs room, though. It's very interesting. I don't know. I do think that this is my favorite for, like, color scheme and how it ties in together. But, like, I don't know. We'll figure it out some point or another. But... damn, they have a lot of meat on their bodies. But anyways, we'll kill everyone else in a while. Their time is coming. Their time is definitely coming soon. Let's not lie to them and say that their time is not coming. It's coming. We just don't know when. Oh yeah, glass for this room. I'm kind of... what am I doing? Let's do that. I'm kind of split with colors for this room. We're not doing yellow. And also, get rid of yellow. Okay. So those are the options. I'm kind of hating that. So that means we're getting rid of brown. Shocking. I don't like this either. Okay. Maybe we could just put these on the windowsill, or where the window's going to be, and see which ones I prefer. Like that. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe we could just do a whole row of each one to see which one I prefer. Because it's like I do want to know for an educated purpose. You know? Also, that's gonna bug me. How did I not see that before? What wood are you again? Are you this one? Are you mangrove? Yeah, you're mangrove. Okay. That. Oh no, we're the natural mangrove, aren't we? We're the natty of that, right? Right? Are we this? Yes. There we go. Fixed. But anyways, remove those because we don't need those for now. What we do need is an educated guess on what the fuck we're doing with windows. I like that. That's clean and clear. I also like that because it complements this little yellowish creamy color. That one is just practical. I think it's practical. I think what we could do, since this is the living room, I think we could get away with a little bit of creative liberty. I don't know if I like this or if I prefer this. I don't know. Let's see if I do my one plan. Hold on. I got a plan going. Like a one plan idea going. That looks god awful. Unless if we did this. You know? You know? And then we could do this last for like, you know, nice little clarity. Hate that, actually. Get that out of here. Okay, none of the yellow or the orange glass after all. If it was just by itself, then I think I would like it. But if we're going for more of like a nice architectural looking window for like this room, so it's not just yellow and red, then I think that this is just not the way to go. This is the way to go, though. I think this is the way to go, though. It's just this kind of little architectural looking thing. I kind of hate one of these things. Hold on, let me see if I prefer that. Just out of curiosity. Because if we do, then we can just edit it mildly. But if it just sucks, it just sucks. And that's kind of where I'm at. I want to know what we're doing with this place because I would like it to be cool. I don't want it to be boring or weird or, you know, it just doesn't work. Do I prefer that or do I prefer that? I think I prefer that. So that means that we're going to break these off. And just put these in instead. And also it looks more seamless with the, you know, with the corners. So I think that's how we're going to do that. So, we're just going to do it like that. But I don't know. Doobadoo. Ah, why do you keep doing that? Stop. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we can break the window samples and get rid of them. Because we do not need them anymore. Okay. I don't like that noise. What was that? I don't know. Sorry. I'm trying to to make sure that nothing bad is happening. So... what am I going to do for the roof? I don't know. I think the logical answer will probably be going through the... oh, I forgot to get rid of these. You gotta get all the waxed stuff. Because we want this stuff to be waxed. We don't want this to not be. But I would also have to figure out how to do the living room layout in general. So, hold on. Let's see what lanterns will look better in this space. Okay. So, with the pattern scheme, I do like these better. So let's get rid of these. And this is just too... we just have too much of this. So I like these. So that means we can remove the last two, or keep the last two, but remove the rest. Keep those up. But we will put the door down last, I think, when we're done with this room. So for now, I think we'll just put these here. And then, you know, remove these in here. And then break these. I swear. I hope everything's fine. I hope we're good. That's the grand scheme of things. I hope we're good. Firstly, we need a couch in here. And I think over here we'll put a TV. Or something that looks like a TV there. So... I think that's how we'll do the TV. And maybe we could break this divider wall and then just put different lighting there instead. I don't hate it. I don't. I don't know. Or maybe we could put the same thing. Or we could do that. And then we could put like the one glass on top. What? What? How's that? What? How's that work? It used to work for all my stuff. What? Did they change tinted glass so that it could block out that shit? Is there no... What? I can't do that anymore? I can't do that anymore. Wow, that sucks. That was kind of pointless then. Oh well, we'll just put it there. Oh well. I tried. But that still fucking sucks. Okay. And then... Is that too long for the TV? No, I think it's good. But I think we will just back it up a bit. Just, you know, back it up a bit. Just so then there's, you know, structure. Boop. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And we are gonna definitely have to put, like, better lighting in here. Because, damn. That lane's gonna fucking suck. But we are gonna just do lanterns, I think. You know? We are just gonna do the fairy light lantern thing. We may break the middle of this or something, or, you know, do something. I don't think we'll break the ceiling, though. I think that will just ruin the aesthetic, the vibe, if you will. But that sucks that the TV's not TVing, really. I mean, you kind of see the glowing shit, but not really. I was hoping you could, but I guess not. So it's like, whatever, I guess. Like, my only option for the ceiling is maybe, like, do the border like last time. Except we're gonna do it like this. So that's not blocking the window, per se. Except we'll do the little swirls, maybe. Because I do like the idea of, like, you know... Yeah, like this stuff. I don't know how we get that. Is it that? Yes. So hold on, let me fix that real quick. Because I do like this idea. It's just... I don't want to be too egregious with all these lights, I guess. Is why I'm being a paranoid little dumbass with it. I don't know. But what I do know is, if we do keep this little aspect, but then maybe just like, you know, where's the chains? Do a little chain meal here and there. We'll block that out since we don't need it no more. Boop boop, okay. Do I like this chain? No. Do I like this chain? I like that one better. I think we'll do wider chain, oxidized copper, copper, weathered copper. So we'll do the weathered copper, I think, for the dangly bits, and then the chain will just be this. I don't want it to block the TV, but I don't think it will matter. Because, hold on, let me see. So if you're sitting down, hold on, let me get the sitting position in this. So if you're sitting down and just watching the TV, I don't think that's going to obstruct your vision much. I don't think the lantern hanging there is not going to... Hold on. Let's do an actual experiment with that. Actually, yeah, that kind of might... That probably will. So let's break that down. We will put the lantern back, though. It's just going to be one step higher. So hold on, let me get back to my sitting position. Where? Let me get back to sitting position. Thank you. Yeah, that's better. Sitting position is way less, you know, messy. So I do like what we got going on here. And I think for the other one, maybe we'll just do the... Just so then it's there, you know? Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's nice, actually. I think it will add enough lighting in here where we don't need all of it. But, you know, that it's enough. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. But I don't know. Bap. Bap. Bap, bap. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think that will be very nice. If I'm more jumpy, I'm sorry. I'm just hoping that everything's fine outside this door. know it is, it's just I'm a little paranoid heifer when I'm alone. So I'm sorry. Bap bap. Yeah, I think we can, you know, keep this rhythm going for the whole way. I think that's nice. Okay. Okay. Boop, boop. Ah, not on the thing itself. I meant this. Get on the chain. Damn, bitch. Get on the chain. Thank you. I hope that everything's okay for everyone else that's watching this right now. Let me see real quick. Okay. Yeah, it sounds like we're fine. I just want to make sure, because I'm trying to stay calm. As you probably know, I don't like being alone at all. And right now I am. That's probably... Get the lighter ones on the smaller ones. The darker ones on the lighter chains. Yeah. That's gonna look really nice all the way across here. But anyways, I don't like being by myself, as I said many times before in each streams I've done. I don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable. And because, you know, every time someone would get home, I would get startled. And I don't like that. I don't like being startled. It makes me uncomfortable beyond comprehension. And I know the wind is probably knocking stuff on the roof to make me scared. Because I'm a little bitch. It's like when I'm not alone, that's where I'm like, I'm not a bitch. But like when I'm alone, I'm a bitch. And I'm like, oh no, please. Like right now. I hate it. I really do. I'm trying my best to be calm. But knowing me, I'm not. I'm hoping it's the cats. Yeah, I still like this. I think that this is going to be a good room. I think it's going to be nice. And maybe I'll add a little armchair here. And then maybe add some random shit over here. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe a little bounce thing. You know, add a little bounce thing in here so this living room will be lit. I don't know though. That's up to me in the future to know. Get on the chain. Thank you. Okay. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. Ah. Get out of here. Eh. What the fuck? No, I didn't say that. I know someday, maybe I'll make cool shit. Maybe I'll actually know how to do all that redstone and shit. I used to know how, but that was like a hot minute ago. So we're just doing what I know to do, which is abstract, weird bullshit that normally doesn't get me anywhere. Okay, I think we could do the last chunks of these semi-quickly. Okay. Well, that's the light. What am I doing? Getting distracted. That's mainly what I'm doing, is getting distracted. And then doop. Get on the chain. Is that it? Yes. I like that. Okay, so when you walk in, you're like, oh wow, light. And we don't have to like put anything on the exterior walls. You know? It's just this inner little ring. I like that. That is fresh. That is nice. I think that is cool. And that means we can remove this shit. Because we don't need it no more. But we will add... Yeah, I think we'll do that. Just so then it's even. There we go. So then there's like a little couch, then it's a little chair, a little armchair. And then they can like watch TV with everyone else. Oh, if we were just gonna... symmetry, I hate it. But I think it works. I think it will work. It'll have to work. I don't know what else to put in here. This is a living room, so I technically did what a living room is supposed to have. But maybe we could put like a little table? Actually, would it be weird to have the same color of couch? I'm just realizing that would be super weird. To have the same... Yeah, we're going to change the wood to oak. There, I said it. We're going to change it. I think it will look better. Because too much red in here. It's too much. It's too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh God, why is that so much? Because it is. Shh. It is, Barry. It is too fucking much. Yeah, see, that's better. And see, it ties in with the roof better. Yeah. I think it's better. I think that I like this better. And that means we can make a little table, I think, of sorts. Hold on. Okay. I think we'll put the chairs here, but I do want to see if maybe... Hold on. Hold on for a moment. Hold on a fucking moment. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can make a table. Break this shit off. Break this shit off. And then, you know, do the chairs. Yeah, you can still see over it. Okay. Okay, okay. It'll kind of block the door. But when have we cared about that before? When have we cared about blocking off the door and then the couch and then you know what I'm saying? Worst thing to say. We don't care about your safety. Is pretty much what I guess I'm saying right now, which it's not true. No, not at all. No. Yeah, that's nice. I think that's nice. I think we would have to move the couch and shit a little over, but I think it's good. Other than that, I think it's fine. Break, break, break. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to move the couch over. But that's fine. We can, like, do that. It's not a big deal. It's just a big deal. Break, break, break. And then put the chair back. There we go. Now everyone can watch TV. Yeah. Yeah. And they could put, like, plants back here and shit. Yeah, okay. I think this is good. I think we got a good little layout for now. I hate that this is so close to the door, but hey, at least you could be like, eh, and then plant your ass in the seat. And then be like, so what's going on? What game are we playing? What game are we playing? I don't know. Maybe we're playing Monopoly. Where the fuck is a door that would be good for this room? I swear to God, something's banging outside. It's making me fucking anxious. Because all I hear is bang, bang, bang. I'm like, no, please. Oh, no, please. Okay. I do like that for the living room. That's practical, but I don't love it. I don't love that. I don't love that either, so I think we're going with these doors. I think that's practical, and I do like that better. So for now, this room is done. That means we need to finish this room. I don't know what to do with this room. I think it looks good as it is. You know, I just think it looks good as it is, but I know it's not. We might do yellow for these windows. Let's see, actually. Oh, that's god-awful. Never mind. Maybe yellow is for a different floor. How about that? I like that so much better. There we go. We got the windows for this room. I love it. I said it. I love it. And I think we're about to be in the storage room, which Alex is not here for me to ask them if they would like that room to be their bedroom, so we'll leave it. We'll leave that room for now. We could go to the other animal rooms then after this room, because we're literally just putting lights in here. Because that's really all we need to do in here, because that's all we can afford in here. That's all we can fucking afford. Okay. For this room, I think we're just gonna go with standard. Bright light. Fuck everything else. Just lighting. So that means I make sure of this and this, I think. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll like the yellow better, though, for this room. Yeah. So we'll do the stars. I think that's what we'll do. We'll do the stars. Just so then it matches the cute little scenery of, oh, there's a cute little moon guy, and oh, this is cute. Look at this little bastard. And you're like, oh, that's cute. I think that's what we'll do for just the stairs room for this room. Stop it. I want the star. Thank you. Damn. Because we don't need a lot of lighting in here, I don't think. I think this is literally just so that we have lighting at all. And maybe we'll add more later on, but I don't think we will. And if need be, I don't think I ever did this, but we're doing it now. There we go. I think this is gonna be the trick. Is we're still getting that yellow hue, but it's also gonna be this whole room. I think that's gonna be better than nothing. And there's a reason why I'm saying that. Is because there wasn't enough yellow in here. There was so much blue. And I think that adding this little element of yellow for these areas will be good. Which means that we're done with this room. I don't love it. I don't hate it. The stairs I don't like. But the stairs we can learn to get over it, I think, is what we're going to do. For these stairs, we're just going to do the classic get over it. Ah, fucking Jesus. This is the best we're going to do. I know people are going to hate this. If they ever join this world, they're going to be like, what the fuck is wrong with your stairs here? Like, I tried. I don't know. I tried. And that's all you could say. Oh my god. Why is there people here? Get out of here. Oh yeah, I forgot to break the snow in here. That would have been a good plan. But I'm a little dumb, so that's why plans are usually failures in my opinion. With me. We are going to use this color in here. The glass, however, Ooh. Ooh. We might have to go with this. Because it matches what we got going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that definitely matches what we got going on. And I think it's good. I think it's a good medium. I don't hate it. I don't love it. And since this room is just literally just for stairs, we can't really add anything else. Like, it's just, it is what it is. I think is what the main plan is. It is what it is. So that means we're just gonna add lighting, you know. Ooh, I think I got a plan. I think I got a plan that will work with this. I think it will work good. We don't want this one. We just want the light one, and then we just want the dark, or the wax chain. We just want this one. Okay. Okay. Get rid of that. Okay. Let's see how much of a border we can have. Okay, that's a tight window. But maybe that means we can break this off, and then that will be the new ring. Yeah, I think we could do that. Okay. Okay. And then we'll break this little border off. And then maybe we'll continue the pattern from there. Or... Ah! Let's see. What kind of creative liberty can we do here? I mean, we could always do... Ooh, I think I got a plan. We're gonna extend. We're going to extend. Hear me out on this. We're going to extend. And there's a reason why I'm going to extend. It's just the stairs room, right? So that means we could just extend it. We don't need any art on the walls, and if we do, it's not a lot. And then for the rest of these, we just keep them on a simple one little chain thing. Like, you know, a little short little thing you do. Just so then they do their job, they do their purpose, but then there's still like an artsy-fartsy little level of creativity here. Yeah, I think that will work way better. And it also brings a level of visual interest. It gives you like a little effect going on. And I like that. We could always add more things in here. Get out of here. And he's murdered. Just casual murder in here, you know. But I do think that maybe we could do like a panel of like this. Just a panel of this. I don't know. We'll get to that point later, but I think this room is done for now. Because once again, it's just the stairs room. It's nothing crazy. Speaking of nothing crazy, I love that. That is nice. Okay, we'll skip this room. Let's go to the smelting room first. Because I like the smelting room idea way better. We're going to the smelting, then the brew station. And that's it. Because I think the stairs room is connected to this room. Yeah, the stairs room is right here. Okay. So that is the brew station area. Okay. So let's start with this room. Because I was more excited for this room than the brew station room. Not that I don't like potions. Not that I don't like any of that. It's just I prefer the more interesting things. I don't remember which furnaces do what. I know that sounds like a dumb shit to say. I know that all these tables that are, you know, unless if it's the smithing table, that's going to be in here. Which means it's going to be like right here or something. Actually, we'll break that. We'll see how many smelters we would need for that ordeal. We're gonna add furnaces, but we're gonna mainly have blast furnaces. We're not gonna have smokers. We're just not. Anvils we will have in here. And we also will have grindstones in here. That's just what it is. So furnaces, I think we'll just, no. I think we'll just put that at the bottom level. Not where it's like, you know, cool and shit. Blast furnaces, though, we are going to put that on... No, stop. We're going to put that on top. Because we do want a lot of quick furnaces, but if we just want something that's going to take, you know, a long time, just to have that kind of experience, and cool. I love that aspect. And also, just because this is the smelting room, we are going to do the tinted windows. That's just law here. I'm sorry. This is just law. I would do, you know, a different thing. You know, like maybe do the yellow glass finally for this room. But I think that would just be too crazy. We already got crazy lighting in here. I don't think we need anything else. And since this is kind of like a little creepy room, I think we are just going to have a little bit of creepy lighting in here. Which means we are going to use the soul lanterns in here. Just for the creepy aspect. Not because I want to, but because I just think it would be better. But we are going to remove these because that's done. We are going to put a ladder over here just so that we can reach. Like both sides. We're going to put ladders on both sides so that we can get to things. And you know, so that we're able to like furnace. You know, do the furnace bullshit. So, let's grab the ladders and put those up. Oh yeah, and also grab the soul lanterns and chains. We're not going to do the pretty chains either. We're going to do, this one. But we are... Where's the one thing? I know we are going to use, like, shulker boxes for certain rooms if I feel like it adds to it. I do love the fucking cyan shulker box. Ah, damn, that's pretty. But no. So we are going to, like, you know, do that sort of thing. I know chess would be more appropriate, but come on, it's the smelting room. I don't think we need a lot of creative liberty on what is or isn't acceptable, unless if it's like, you know, artsy-fartsy shit, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do this just for an outline. This is not going to be the definite line. Stop. Because I do like this definite line, you know? It does do a lot of good creativity for me, so I know where is the line of power. And we're going to do lanterns, so it's going to be... And then we're going to do a 3-prong. I think we're going to do 3-prong for the inside. And then, yeah, what the fucking bitch? Bitch? Okay. So there's a reason why I'm doing this. Is because we're going to replicate what we did in the other room. I think that's symbolic because it's connected to that room. So I think that would be cool. And also this is... no, get on the chain. Brother, you're a part of the chain. Brother, okay, you're on the right chain, just not the one I wanted. Whatever. Okay. And since this is the smelting room, that's why it's like, there's going to be a divider here. But I think we're good, you know? We don't need, like, very bright lighting. We just need lighting at all in here. Which is what we're getting. It's not a lot, actually. Oh, that does nothing. Shit. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna have to bring the other lantern in here. I was hoping we would have a lantern that was gonna be cool. No. That does nothing in here. Okay. Okay, we'll do the shorter lanterns to be actual working lanterns. We still want the creepiness, I think. I think we'll just alternate between working lanterns and not working lanterns. I think is what we'll do here. Damn. They were like, no, this does jack shit now. It's like I used to think that it was better to a degree. I'm not saying it was like perfect, but I mean like, you know, you could still use it. Get out of here. Apparently, I guess in an update or something, they nerfed what the Soul Lantern would look like in terms of lighting, I guess. Since the last time I played. But I thought the Soul Lantern was still pretty good. It's not like the best quality, but still like a damn, that's still good enough, you know? But I guess they changed it and nerfed it, so no, it's different now. But whatever. We'll still add it in. It's not a big deal, it's just a big deal. It's a big deal to my creativity, but it's not a big deal in terms of like, oh, whatever, this is bad. And once again, when we finalize rooms and stuff, finalize everything, then we'll just get to that point a different time. This is the best lighting we're going to do for this room, though. And I don't mind that. So, I think that's what we'll add. Get out of here. Cool. And then we'll just have, like, you know, ladders throughout the space. Just through here, you know. Just right here. I thought of, like, you know, that sounds like an ingenious idea, actually. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Okay, let's look at all the shulker boxes, actually. I would love to look at all the shulker boxes I think would fit this space very well. Oh yeah, remove that. We don't need that anymore. So, hold on. Hold on, let's remove all this shit real quick. Let me get all the shulker boxes. Because I do want shulker boxes in this room and in the, you know, the brewing room. That's my plan, that's my prerogative, and that's just what we're doing. If you hate it, cry about it. Just fucking cry. Okay? Because we don't have a lot of creative liberty here. Okay. So hear me out. Hear me out. Just hear me out. We'll put them in the wall. Right down here, right? And this will be the only shulker box area that we can access. So then we can just put all this shit in there. And then if we got too much, then we could export it into other rooms. That's my plan. But, ooh, I like the black shulker box. Well, I like the... No, get back in that. I love that. And then, hold on. Yeah, that looks good. Or do I prefer that better? I prefer that better. Yeah. And then we open it. And then it closes. I love it. Ah! I love that. It's so nice. It's so pretty. And it also just works. Well, what we got going on. Okay, smithing table. We'll put 2 in each corner. Because why not? I know we'll add a cauldron in here. Like a sink. Because we always have to have a cauldron sink. You know what I'm saying? And also we could dye stuff with that. So it will look like it just is there to be there. And I like things that are functional but look like they're not. Or in this case it looks like kitchen. Like kitchen shit. Where's the fucking lever? There. And then... What is that? What the fuck is a crafter? That's something we'll have to look into later. Minecraft just got a whole lot what the fuck is going on with this shit. We don't need a composter. We did need that on the first floor. So that's why it's there. A respawn anchor. We'll probably put that at the bottom of the house. Suspicious gravel, suspicious sand. Why would I need that? Why would I need that for my environment? No, it's fine. I just wanted to understand, buddy. There's a sink. Okay. Where is the anvils? There they are. So we want good anvils. We don't want any of this broken shit. No, bap. Bap, bap. But we will add more shulker boxes. I think that will be a good idea. As of these, they can be opened, right? They're just there for like cute aesthetics. That's not what I wanted. I actually wanted them to be like that. So then we can open it and be like, oh, wow. But for the wall, we are going to put art. And I think that's it for this room. Okay, for the door though. For the door. I like that more for this room. Yeah, I like that more for this room because it's the brewing room. And I think we'll put a different door here. Where's the one door that looks blue, but it's not really blue? This one. I think this is the best door for this room, because it's dark, but also it looks like this room a lot. Now the brewing room. This is going to be way more simple. Way, way more simple. And I think we're going to break down this little wall here. This divider wall, and we're going to put paintings there instead. I think that's my plan. Because I think that's what we gotta do. And I like what I like doing. I don't need to give you a reason. Point to the camera. I don't need a reason to do my silly willy arty farty bullshit. You're just here for the show. You're just here to watch the insanity that's about to ensue, my guy. But we are going to use shulker boxes, I think, for the walls in here, for this little section maybe. We'll have to actually, hold on. Yeah, we totally can do that. I keep forgetting that there's a divider wall here. So we can pretty much just destroy the walls, add new shit, and just pretend that nothing happened. Let's get the paintings back out, because I want to add the decorative wall now, just so that we know what we're doing. Oh, by the way, I'm only streaming until someone comes home. And then I'll be done. That's where I'm at. What the fuck is that? A banner? What the fuck? Pottery shirts? What does that mean? What do you mean? The fuck? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's a skeleton. Okay. Oh, God, I'm so tired. Okay, what can fit in this big space? Oh, that's kind of cute. Not really. That's just a window. Oh, yeah, I want to look into my bright-ass future. Okay. Okay, that's kind of cool. I like that. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I think it's interesting. I think it adds a level of intrigue. I like that. Okay. Let's remove that. We're just zipping through rooms, I just realized, because I think we just did a whole floor, and now we're about to do another whole floor. Sick. What was I doing? Right, shulker boxes for in here. Wait a minute, should we do the lighting first? I think we should. I wish Magma Rock was like a cool fucking ceiling. I think that would be cool for like if you put like clear glass over it and it looks like you're walking on like molten lava and shit. That's cool to me. I think that's cool. That's a cool aspect, and I would love to do that. Not here. Not here though. But I was thinking about it the other night, just fucking around because I couldn't sleep, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, actually, hold on, remember that. But I was thinking that maybe, wait, there's chests. They got these chests too now. What the fuck? Anyways. So I was thinking about it recently, and I was like, maybe, just maybe, if I do have, like, guests come on here, and I don't have a room for them, then maybe I could just make a house to put them in. Think about it. You know? Just think about it for a second. If I could have, like, a little house for these people that just join in the stream or whatever. Why am I doing shulker boxes? I meant to do the lights. And the windows. God. I am all over the place because I'm scared. I think we'll finally do yellow for this room. I think we'll just bite the bullet and just finally do yellow. I'll hate it. But as long as it's done for a room in one of these floors, then whatever. And also, this is supposed to be a brewing place. I think that would be better. To have, like, some color of lighting to not make you so colorblind to the lights and shit. Oh yeah, there's Spawn over there. Hey, Spawn. Oh, hey, village. But anyways, we are going to make a little house on Spawn. I think that will be the best alternative. You know, just so that we know where we are, and in case if we keep dying, then we'll know where we're at least. That's my plan, that's my prerogative. Whether that happens or not is up to debate. Because once again, this whole world is up for debate. This is pretty much just a let's talk, let's vent, let's hang out. Here's a world to do something in. So then we're doing something with our hands, so we're not just talking to nothing and doing nothing. Kind of deal. Because here's the thing. Sometimes I like to vent and talk, and I don't have a way to do it. So this world is kind of just that. And also, maybe later on we could fuck around with real Minecraft, aka survival mode, on a different platform, and then maybe we can figure that out. Figure out, in real time how to do, like, the redstone shit. How to do the cool dispenser shit. Do cool things on that survival world, and then we can bring it here. And then we can bring it here, edit this shit, make it look good, make it look nice, and then go from there. That's kind of what this world is. This is kind of just like here's the start of this, we'll make it something better later on. If we do. But if not, then this is still here, and that's fine. This is the indefinite, this is here for when we need it kind of vibe. And I like that, honestly. I think it's nice, I think it's cool. And I would like it better. Oh yeah, we need to figure out which chain we're going to do in here. Yes. To make sure, I like the other one better. It blends in better. And yes, we are going to do lanterns in here, but I think we're going to do... I know we're going to do this one, but I don't know if we're going to do this one or this one as well. I think that's better. So that means this and this one. Yeah, I think that's better. So that means get rid of the lighter one. Break the lanterns. And we're going to bring back the trusty, busty little guy. Okay, we're going to look for... I think we'll do sea lantern. I don't think glowstone or mushroom, or not, shroom light. Jesus, why did I say mushroom? You get the point. I don't think it's a bad idea to have that alternative. But I do think that for now, just crisp, bright, what is this color, what are we doing with these colors is better for this space. I think that's what we're doing. But God, I actually love that more than I thought. I keep looking at it. I'm like, man, that looks so good. I prefer that. I wish that this could block out that. But still, it still looks good. It still is like, it's still bright. It's still glowing. I still love it. And that's just what it is. I don't know if we can, like, do glowing paintings. I don't think that's how that works. I know we can add some artsy stuff here at some point, like art and whatever. And we can break off some of this wall. God, I'm tired. To put some shulker boxes, ladders maybe, to get to the shulker boxes. Because I think that would be cool, you know? I think that this room has so much potential to be intriguing. If we just put the time and effort, aka me. That's pretty much what it is, aka me. AKA me needs to put the effort. Okay. So we are going to do a 3-prong, 2-prong again. I just love that this floor is just going to be symmetrical in that note. And then the 3-prong here. 2-prong here. But actually, I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb. Hold on. I forgot that was kind of the whole point. The cloud is slapping me. That's going to be fun in the next streams when this actually becomes a real world. You know? Just being attacked by the clouds and be like, oh God, please save me. That'll be funny. I think. Oh, one more time. But I was hoping to have more people in here. But if not, people will watch this later. And that's fine with me. But I am going to talk about something that I don't think I've ever really talked about here. We know about the Love and Deep Space Love for me. Yeah. We're going to be transparent. That's dying. That love for that game is dying. I'm not saying I don't hate it. I'm just saying that, like, for now, because of the events that are going on, lately they've been kind of meh. I'm hoping that they'll get better over time, though. I do have hope and redemption. Also, we're going to start with this chain, I think. We're going to do the bap, 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 just to keep that going. So then we'll know what pattern we're going for colors. Also, Clouds, will you please stop coming in? I'm seriously trying to do this shit here, dog. But anyways. Okay, so that's the corner that we're going to start with. So then we're going to do the bap, bap. Nope. Hate that. Bap, bap, bap. No, I said bap, bap. Bap, bap. Break that. And then we'll do the bap. Bap. Why did I do 2? We're doing 1. Why am I spazzing out right now? But I do love Love and Deep Space still. That's not going to die anytime soon, I don't think. It's just for now, I am kind of sad for where they're going with the story plot. And I'm kind of sad where I'm looking at the story plot. But for now, I'm still playing the game. I still love the game. It's just for now, I'm not really, obsessed with it, as Minky would say. I just think right now I'm at the point where I'm like, this is a chill game. I like playing it once a day. Bing bong done. We're good. But lately, I've been getting on a tangent, so to speak, where I'm into certain actors again. Like, I used to be into so many actors when I was younger, because, that's all I could have. Like, from Johnny Depp characters back in the day when I was a child and he was a grown-ass man. And, that kind of thing, where it's like you only romanticize or watch what you were given. And for me, that wasn't a lot. Right? I didn't get a lot of media because, once again, my family was so broke. that it's crazy that we're at this point now where we're thinking about going into a bigger home for all of us here, because this is the only family left in my family tree, to be fair. So it's like, it's crazy to even think that we'll even have this, like a bigger home, or in this case, that I even have this streaming platform at all to even do what I wanted since like high school, was to do streaming or do games and shit. Because, I just did. So that's crazy for me. So, I didn't get much media growing up. But there was always two people after a while, because they would play them on TV or school. That two actors that are still hung up in my mind. And they still are. And one of them is closer to my age range than the other one. So, I'm going to start with the more suspicious one. I'm going to call them suspicious because, they are. To me, they are right now. And that's Evan Peters. Straight up. He's suspicious lately. I know that he did a music video with Ariana Grande, and everyone's saying that he might be dating her. I hope the fuck not. Let me explain why. For him, that just is going to wear on his mind so much. And the fact that he's going to the last season of, like, American Horror Story, apparently, that's what everyone's saying. This is, like, the finale of American Horror Story. I doubt it. I don't know. I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. But with him and Ariana Grande being in that music video, and then apparently she's going to be in the show with him, I hope that they don't date. Firstly, I think they both need therapy. Especially Ariana Grande. Because she's got a cheating history, right? Where she's a serial cheater. I don't think that's good for Evan to be in that place. Mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that's a good thing. Especially when you just recently got out of a relationship, and she also just recently got out of a relationship. Was she home-wrecked that other relationship? We'll just say that nicely. But to me, this just seems like a red flag. You know what I'm saying? It's like a yeah, no, yikes. And that's coming from someone who, it's been a year since my relationship ended. But the divorce was finalized during June. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from me. And I'm waiting to date until January of 2026. That's where I'm going to do all my things in January. A lot of things are going to change for me. And I'm going to, even if we're not out of this house, I'm going to do a lot of things differently. Because I have to. I need to. For myself and for my motivation. But this is also why I'm coming at Evan with this. I know he's never going to see this shit. He's not going to be like, oh, this random fucking VTuber, bitch. I don't think he's going to ever see this shit. Unless one of you is like, no, we'll let Evan hear this shit. Jesus. But no, I think coming from someone that's recently been divorced on my own terms, I don't think that this is a good venture if he does go for her. Number one, she needs therapy for herself to understand for herself why she's serial cheating and why she's going for people that are not available rather than people who are available and willing, and why she wants to cheat on these people rather than just, taking a break, self-worth for herself to figure herself out, and, just figure that shit out. I don't know her life, right? I don't know these people's lives. But with Evan's previous shit as well, with the racism thing, where he liked something that was against BLM or something, and Halsey broke up with him, I think that was that breakup. I don't remember. And I looked it up like last week, but I just don't remember what I retained. But I'm pretty sure that was the thing I read up on, because I was so intrigued by this. But I get intrigued by actors to a degree. I get intrigued with their lives, but not to the point that I'm like, I know everything about you. Fuck that shit. No. I just know what I know. And when Evan Peters was in a very abusive relationship, for what it seemed like it was a two-way street with that. To me, I just think that he needs therapy just to just for that, to unravel that shit. And also because of all the relationships he's been in where apparently they just never worked. Maybe he needs to self-search himself to see why they don't work. This, that, whatever. And maybe find someone who will work with him on that. But with this situation, I don't think it's going to work. With him and Ariana Grande, I don't think it's going to work. Because once again, she won't break the cycle. And he's going to be him. And I think that they're good as friends. But so far, they said that they're not dating. But everyone's assuming that they're dating now. I don't think that's the case. I really don't think it is. Because from what I was reading and what I gathered of seeing Evan, I think he has enough self-worth to not go for this venture. But if he is, and I hope he's not, for his own sanity and for her sanity, they just both need a break. They both need to soul search, go to therapy for at least a year, right? To figure themselves out, to know what they want, to see if maybe other ventures are better. Or maybe if they should just focus on their careers and see if maybe dating will come naturally down the line, right? And that's why I was looking at this, I was like, you're problematic. You lying. You lying. You can't, no, y'all are problematic if this is the truth, dog. I'm just saying. If this is what y'all are doing right now, I will be scared for you. I'm always scared for people who just don't know when to stop. That's what Ariana Grande is to me. Is a woman who just does not know when to stop for herself. Like, you know, Evan's been in a few relationships, whatever. Not a lot were messy. It's just one thing he did that was accidental, controversial, which I don't know if that was accidental or not, but a lot of people were saying it was. I want to hope it was accidental, because I don't want to think that he's, you know, unintentionally liking racist things or whatever. Because, you know, I like him as a person. I think he's a cool guy. I don't want to lose that mentality because he's doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Also, I accidentally added that. We do not want the smithing table. But you get what I'm saying, right? I want to respect people as people, but I can't when they do stupid decisions. And right now, with Ariana Grande, if she does go for him, and they do go for each other, that's a stupid adventure. That's a stupid venture. Also, did I add a grindstone to the other room? I don't think I did, so let's do that real quick. I did not! I was a dumbass! We're doing it now. There we go. It's there. It's there. Actually, we'll put it there. Better than nothing. Actually, bad. There we go. Anyways. Slap. Get that out of here, bitch. Skeet. Okay. But you get my point, where it's like, I like to have hope that people are not being stupid right now, because I will be stupid. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that to be a bitch. I'm saying that because if you know someone that's a serial cheater and you go for them, you're either into the serial cheating and you do it yourself, which I know Evan Peters, from what I've seen and read, he does not do that. So that would be out of character if he did do that. For what I've seen and read, I don't know if it's true, I don't know if it's accurate, but I do know that that would be reckless from what I've seen and read of his character, to go for someone who serial cheats when you want a serious relationship. Because I think that's what Evan wants at the end of the day. From what I've seen and heard, he does want something serious around the lines at some point. I'm not saying it will be immediate. I'm not saying it will happen magically. I'm just saying that it will happen at some point in his realm of thinking. So, putting that into perspective, if you're going for someone that's just serial cheating all the time, that's just putting your, wants and needs at a standstill, right? Because you're hoping that this person won't cheat on you. But they are. Because, once again, she's a serial cheater, and if she doesn't get the work done for herself to see why she serial cheats, why she's doing these things, what to do and what not to do on, preventing this cheating from happening again, or you get my point. It's a simple fact of, you need to figure out yourself before you wreck yourself. And right now, she's just wrecking herself. Unintentionally. Respectfully, I want her to find someone to be happy. I may not like her music, I may not like her as a person because of the serial cheating, but I can also stand here and say, no one's perfect. And right now, no one's definitely perfect on this fucking planet. I mean, shit, I mean, look at me. I don't even think I'm human at this point. But, at the same time, I do understand that people are people, and people are going to do what people are going to do. And that's why I'm going to call him stupid if he is dating her. It's stupid. It's stupid for her, it's stupid for him, because at the end of the day, they're just both not healed from whatever relationships they were just in. And maybe they need to figure themselves out, and it just doesn't seem like they are. If they are dating. I don't know if it's true, and not many people are. Many people are just assuming it's true. I'm hoping not. For his sanity, out of the two, I think she needs the therapy the most. Normally I say it's the dude that needs the therapy the most, because, people, right? But in this case, no, because he probably was just in messy relationships that just don't work, right? But that's not what I meant to do. In this case, though, she's just serial cheating on people. She's not really figuring out why she's serial cheating. She's just doing it to do it. And I don't think that's okay for either people. And if she's going to date Evan seriously, I don't think that's good for him. That's not good for her. And that's just not good for anyone else around them, because it's not just them that's going to be conflict, right? It's going to be everyone else. And I'm saying this because of, once again, I've been in a toxic relationship for several years. And I was too scared to leave, right? But that's different, right? That's a different mindset. But it's still the same goal of I still was unintentionally hurting people around me because I didn't leave the situation I was in. Same thing here. If they date strictly together, I think that one of two things is going to happen. One, he's going to leave her because, actually three, we'll just say that. Like the first thing, he's going to leave her because he's going to see that she's still not done serial cheating, right? She's still going to repeat the same history. He's going to get mad about it and leave. The second option, she'll leave because she'll find someone that is what she's wanting other than Evan. Because once again, that's just in her nature. For now, because she's not getting the help she needs to self-search on why she's doing these things, she's going to just keep doing it. Because if you don't break the pattern yourself, then you're going to just keep being in the pattern. I'm sorry. And then lastly, the wild card option is magically, in my opinion, if they do work out together and it actually works, great. That's the magical wild card option if that happened. Doubtful, but that could happen. Or the magical fourth option is that they're both cheating. Just, you know what I'm saying? There's always that option where they both could become serial cheaters. Doubtful, but once again, the magical wild card fourth card, you know what I'm saying? The magical, we'll sprinkle that in just in case. But once again, it's either going to be he's going to leave her, she's going to leave him, or maybe it will work out. Or maybe they're both shitty. I don't know. But I'm just hoping for his sake. I don't have sympathy for Ariana Grande just because she didn't break her own cycle. To me, she's still going to keep being in the same cycle. And she's not doing anything herself to break her own cycle, I don't think. I would love to have hope for her, but I am less sympathetic to her, if that makes sense. I still have sympathy for her because, I understand that maybe she's been through a lot of bullshit to get to this point. Also, we're going to break that. That's ugly for this room. But anyways, it's just the ugly truth of we don't know what type of people they are. But at the same time, we can see a pattern. And if she's the same pattern this whole time, then to me it's just she's not going to break her pattern. She's not going to break her rhythm. She's just going to keep doing the same things. I'm not saying that there's no hope for Ariana Grande. I'm just saying for now, that's just my definite. Unless she does something for herself behind the scenes that we don't know. Because once again, I don't know her life. But I'm saying, just for my standpoint, I'm not going to therapy, right? But also, there's a big but. But I've been in therapy off and on my whole life. To know that I need to self-reflect during my marriage. So I would self-reflect to myself. For most of that marriage. That was a nightmare to get through. And I was soul searching for myself, and I realized that I'm not fully straight. I'm not fully gay either. I'm in that good in-between. I'm not going to put myself in a label. I'm not like Minky where I sexualize myself to put myself in a label. It may be pansexual, maybe bisexual, it may be whatever. And I'm leaving it at that. I'm not going to put a label. Like, as, Pete Burns would say, he didn't like labels. He found that they were stupid. But for me, I don't find it stupid. I just don't find a reason to label myself, if that makes sense. I don't find the reason to label myself, because that's not my purpose. My identity, though, as a person, not like as a sexuality, but as a being, I don't think I'm fully human, and I don't ever think I ever will be, ever again. And I stand by that. I don't think I'm human, aka why the alien thing's a thing. That's just me personally. But obviously I'm not going to tell people to address me as that. I don't care. That's just to me personally. And I had to do a lot of soul searching during that whole fiasco to realize that I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm this, that, whatever. And that's what I feel like I have an audacity to say about these two people. Now talk about this. That's why I have this audacity to me. Is that I've been there, done that. To be like, okay, no. Like, Ariana Grande needs therapy. Or at least to reflect on herself, to be like, why am I doing this? Why do I do this to people? And Evan needs to reflect and be like, okay, what do I want in a relationship? What type of person am I? What type of person am I going to attract? Like, they both need to reflect. I'm not saying that Evan is, he's a little angel saint. Look at him. No, fuck that. I'm saying that they both got problems and they both need to work through it, but I'm saying that she's got more problems than he does. You know what I'm saying? It's the better of the two bad coins right now. And I'm hoping that Evan is working himself out, which I do believe in him on that. Her, not really. Because once again, she has done this time and time again. I don't think that she's really at that level to be like, yes, I'm going to be a loyal person. I don't think she's at that point yet. From what I've seen, what I've gathered, and what other people have seen and gathered, that's not going to happen unless she does the work for herself. I don't doubt that she won't do it. I'm just saying it won't be with Evan. It'll be with someone else to make her realize, oh shit. But I don't know. I don't know these people. That's just what I'm saying from what I've seen. I don't think that they're dating. I really don't. Because I don't think Evan wants to put himself through that. Realistically, I don't. And I think the only reason why he's doing American Horror Story is because they're going to finish this, even though it immensely fucked with him. I'm hoping they're going to give him a good character, though. I don't watch the series, but I do stalk a lot of Evan Peters' characters. I don't stalk him as a person. I stalk the characters, right? Because that's my separation. I don't have those type of fantasies with people. I have fictional fantasies with characters, not with the people themselves. That's a disconnect. Because I had to learn to understand that those are not those people, those are characters. I like the character. Like, for example, I don't like Johnny Depp. But I do like Edward Scissorhands when he was playing that character. You get the point. I have a very distinct mind where I'm like, I don't like the person. I like the character. But in this case, I do like Evan Peters to a degree. I don't like him a lot with the things I found out about him. If he did like that post and he just didn't mean to, then whatever. But if he did like that post on purpose, that's when I'm going to question Evan and be like, okay, are you racist? Are we going down this path, my dude? Like, you know, that's when I'll start not liking him if that was true. If he did just like that post, just like it. I'm hoping that's not true. But do your own research on that. I don't know. That's just what I read. That's just what I heard. If it's true or not, I don't know. Because once again, people can lie. People can fabricate. People can do this and that, whatever. But you get my point. But with the Ariana Grande thing, I'm hoping that she's doing soul searching for herself. I do hope the best for her. I'm not an evil person. I mean, to my brain, I'm evil, but like, I'm not evil. I still have empathy and sympathy. Human emotions, I just don't register them like a normal person. That's where I'm at. Because, you know, that's just what I've learned through my soul searching, that I don't connect with normal people like I should. And that's why I don't connect with real people like I should. I connect more with fictional characters than I do with real people, because I didn't have much real connection in my life, other than what I have here. And that was a long stretch to get here, by the way, with that kind of thing. So, with this kind of soul-searching disconnect, sorry, I was trying to check my stream to make sure everything's still running smoothly, but with that kind of disconnect, I had to learn a lot about myself to realize that, yeah, I was in a shit place. And I'm hoping that they'll do the same. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying, for my own personal, fishing line, that's what I'm just hoping. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. That's up to them. That's their life. I don't care. I only care enough that's like, oh, I care if they hurt themselves during this venture. Because that is a wound waiting to open, And that makes me sad for both of them. That kind of thing. It's not like, oh, I have an attachment to this guy, or to her, or this, that, whatever. I'm just hoping that they just don't hurt themselves more than they already are by looking through so many relationships so soon, especially her. That's like, this is just damaging for both people if they do that. And that's damaging not just for me, but for other people to watch, because it's like, well, that's just sad. They just couldn't wait until they both had a better mindset and a better perspective to see what type of life they want. They're just rushing into this. That's just going to hurt them further down the line. That kind of thing. And that's why I'm laughing, saying, I hope they don't, because that's just dumb to me. To risk it all just for, oh, we're old, we're going to die, that type of mindset. And I feel that's what this is. I feel that's what it is. I think there's just, if they are dating, well, for her, I think she's just scared that she's going to die alone. Same with him. But I'm also like, okay, guys, you could go for anyone else. Anyone else. I don't know why you're going for you two right now. You two could be friends. You two could be sick and as fuck as friends. But at the same time, that can translate terribly with a serial cheater and a guy that's been through a little bit of problematic relationships. Not as much as her, but enough where it's like, okay, there's a lot of red flags here for both sides of the fence here. Let's address these immediately, because I do wish that people get the better help they need. And right now, I don't think they are. If they are choosing their dating path. But, that's just to me. They could be totally just friends and everyone's just blowing it out of proportions, which most likely it is, because a lot of people like to do that. I don't know, though. That's just what I saw. But if they are not choosing each other and they are going their own separate ways, they're just really close friends and whatever, cool. I would be more happy with that, because that means that they both are taking accountability and being like, yeah, we're not going to date. This is a venture I think we both know is not going to work. Which is good. That is maturing. And I hope that they stay on this path of not necessarily being single fucks for a long time, but just enough where it's like they're taking the time they need to grow, to mature, to actually get to where they need to be, to me. I think that Evan could date quicker than she can. But that's just because, once again, it's the standard procedure of these two people are in a like weird dynamic, right? Where he's been in a few relationships, not a lot, right? He paces himself out more, which is good. That's good that he has that pacing, but she does not. So it's like a person who paces themselves tries to do their damnedest, I guess. I don't know. They try to do good to be a good partner, while the other person is reckless. They like to date a lot of people. They don't like to stay exclusive. Whatever. I do think Ariana Grande could, hear me out, have open relationships. Right? Where she can date other people, and so can the other person, but they still go to each other. If she wants to keep air quote cheating, then she can just ask for an open relationship and just be like, hey, I want to date other people, but also be exclusive with you at the end of the day. You can do that too. You know, like find someone that's on that same path and same ground. Because then it's not cheating at that point. That means that it's a set agreement to be like, okay, we're dating other people, but also we come back to each other at the end of the day. Or something like that, right? Talk about it with someone. If they're scared of being exclusive, then maybe just figure it out. Like, talk it out with people. Figure it out. You're a grown-ass person. You're older than me. Like, figure it out, dog. I don't know. You do you, homie. But, like, you get what I'm saying. It's like, I'm hoping that these two people don't date and they just soul search. Because I have hopes that these people can be good people. If they're not doing weird shit. Or in this case for Ariana Grande, stealing people. Stop stealing other people's relationships. It's weird. Ah! Shake her a little bit and be like, listen, man. Please, save yourself. Please. Just start crying. Please. Lady, please. Well, that's what it feels like. It's like I want her to see the world and be like, hey, shake yourself awake, man. This is not 20 whatever when you started the serial cheating. Please, get out of the serial cheating, please. Save yourself. Jesus. And it's like, I know that sounds like me being a hater on her. I hate what she does. I don't hate her entirely. I hate a lot of things she does. Because once again, she's just a person that's done so many problematic things. I'm like, if you just maybe went to therapy and talked about why you do these things and why you think you do these things, then maybe, just maybe, I think you could be a good person if you actually tried to understand yourself. I really do. But at the same time, I don't think that she has that capability to do that, because once again, I don't think she thinks that she's doing wrong. I think that she thinks that she's doing cool shit when she's not, clearly. Oh yeah, and I think we'll put the shulker boxes in the center corner. So we're gonna do this. Anyways, but you get my point. I don't hate her as a person, I hate her life choices. That's what this is. At the very core, I don't like her life choices. Because she's just making her life choices out to be so much harder than just saying, hey, I need to stop dating for a while. I need to soul search for myself. This, that, whatever. And it's like, cool. I would love that for you, girl. Go you. That is healthy. Right now, for the past several years, she's not been that. And I want her to have a healthy, positive outlook in life. Because that's what I hope for a lot of people, even the people that hurt me. AKA, ex-relationship. You know? You know what I mean? It's like, I want these people to care for themselves. But at the same time, with this track record, I don't know who cares about who, and I don't know who gives a fuck about what. But for now, I'm just hoping for his sake and for her sake they're not doing that. Just for soul-searching, healing, good vibes, right? And there's the tea on that. Sorry, Minky was texting me. But anyways, back to what I was saying originally. The only 3 people that I am fascinated with, how about that? That I am intrigued by is Evan Peters, obviously. He's a very intriguing person, and I love his character dynamics and stuff for the shows and whatever. Minky's texting me, hold on. There we go. Anyways. There we go. But, you know, I think Evan Peters is a very interesting person for acting wise. I love his characters. I think a lot of his characters are very in my vein. You know what I'm saying? I'm into the very, very depressing, fucked up realm of things. You know, that kind of thing. I don't watch the shows, but I look up the characters enough, read that type of shit enough where I'm like, okay, I like this, or I like that, or whatever. But, obviously, my next person is Neil Newbon, obviously. I think Neil Newbon is a very amazing person. He's very, very fun, cool, linear, and I love Astarion. I love a lot of characters that he's done, and I didn't even know he did them. Like, Heisenberg was one of my main favorites for Resident Evil Village, you know? When Markiplier was playing that game, and he was like, Lady Demiscu, or whatever her name is. Demiscu? I know it's Demiscu. I can't say her name, ever. Ever. We'll just say Lady D. How about that? Lady D. Jesus. But when Lady D was like, you know, there and stuff, I was also interested in Heisenberg because it's like, that sounds familiar. And then, yeah, it's because it's Neil Newbon. But also, I think Neil Newbon reminds me of my ma. Hold on. I think Minky's home. Hold up. Let me get her in. Sorry. Just had to let Minky in because I don't have a key. Anyways. But Neil Newbon reminds me a lot of my ma, and that's why I guess I like him so much. But also, he's just a creative man. He's very creative. He's very fun. He's very intriguing to me as a person. And I think he's cool. Probably the best out there, I think. Probably the best out there. And then my most recent intrigue is Caleb Landry Jones. If you don't know who he is, he's the new Dracula in the 2025 movie. A Love's Tale or something. Dracula Love's Tale or something. But I really love Caleb Landry Jones. And I did not know that was his name. Because when I first saw him, it was in high school. It was either high school or middle school. One of the two. Anyways, so there was a movie that I watched during high school or middle school, one of the two. And I think it was, hold on, let me look it up. It's such a specific film. I think it was high school. Hold on. God, what was his character's name in that? Sid, right. No, Sid. No, Sid. Antiviral, there, that movie. So, I was shown that movie, Antiviral. And I was immediately in trance. I was like, that's a hot guy. Because I was in high school, obviously. And my teacher, I think it was for like I don't remember. I think it was like a free day, watch a movie, whatever. And that's what they just put in. Even though, like, it's weird. But I was watching that shit, right? I think it was in high school. I'm pretty sure it was in high school. Anyways, you get the point. And I was just watching that movie and I was like, I did not give a fuck about the plot. I just cared about Caleb Landry Jones. And when I saw the movie recently, I didn't watch the movie. I've seen so many clips that I've seen the whole movie in its entirety, just in so many clips, right? So it's like, I've already seen this movie. Also, this is just the same movie that they did a long time ago in the 90s with, like, Keanu Reeves, Gary Oldman, Winona Ryder, you know, that movie. It's just that movie, but slightly different and more historically accurate, I think, is how they went about it. I think. Which is, it's good. But when I saw him, I was like, wait, that fucker's familiar. So, I looked it up. I did a lot of, like, research. And then I realized, I was like, oh my god, that's him. That's that guy. So I was like, you know, ever since, I was looking it up, trying to figure it out. Also, we won't do Brownie here. But, you know what I'm saying. It's just like, I was finding that so intriguing that I watched so many movies with Caleb Landry Jones, never knew his name. You know, it's very intriguing to me to see that. But yeah, that's just the general consensus on that. But I think that he's a good guy. He also makes music. I don't like his music. I think it's weird in a way where I'm not okay with it, I guess. It's music, but it's not my kind of music. It's musicking, but not my music. So, you know, it's very interesting. He does like music. I know that. Hence why he did it. Also, we're not doing this color. Too bright in here. But, you get my point. But yeah, I don't talk about it a lot because, once again, I don't get into a lot of people often. I'm into more characters than I am to people. But on the top of that list, it's Caleb Landry Jones. And at the bottom, it's Neil Newbon, just because of age alone. Then it's Evan Peters, because Evan's kind of a red flag lately. But, you know, at the very top, it's Caleb Landry Jones, because he's around my age bracket, so it's like, okay. We were slightly around the same age. So it's like, okay, cool, love that for me. But, you know. Also, I think he's done a lot of crazy characters and shit. He's done a range, right? Where he can play so many different characters that are either psychotic, they're kind of zany. He's done a lot of LGBTQ plus characters as well. I think that's cool. He did a drag queen character once on the Dogman movie. Very interesting. I like that. Evan Peters recently did that when he was doing that Austin Summers character. So that's cool. But I mean, like, you get my point. I think it's very interesting when actors can do dynamic things. They're not just, oh, I'm a straight guy, or I'm playing just straight characters. So that's why I kind of like people like, you know, those three guys, is because they do those type of things. Like, Astarian's kind of a very fruity guy, I'm not gonna lie. We all know Baldur's Gate, you know, Baldur's Gate 3. Very fruity. Astarian's very fruity, but I like it. It's that kind of fruity where you're like, okay, I love that. I love that chemistry. Love that. Also, I don't think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do a mixture of these three. But I think for these two, we're going to do on the wall, and then for this, we're going to do it on this bottom panel. this bottom panel, not up to the door, but like, you know, right here maybe is where we'll start it, all the way to maybe here. Just so there's like a little panel. I think that's what we're doing for that. But no, but while watching, you know, these people act, I just like certain people or the energy they give off. And lately, I don't know, I just don't fuck with the whole relationship scene with people lately. I just think it's a little weird. I think that some of these things are a little too soon or a little too quickly. And it's not just them that do it. I think it's a lot of people. Because I think it's that same fear of, oh, I don't want to die, right, alone. I don't want to do that. But for me, it's more like, I don't know. I just think it's silly. Probably because I've been there, done that. So I'm like, I don't care as much as maybe other people do. And I'm learning that maybe I just don't operate well with certain people, and that's fine for me. I'm completely fine with being dysfunctional to someone else, but I'm very functional to me, you know, because my own pattern is my own behavior. But I do understand that, like, some people, actually I think we'll put the middle ones as these, because I don't have a pattern for that. But you get my point, you get my prerogative. Also, we're done with this room for now. We finally finished this room after me rambling. And I like this. Hold on, let's see if we can even reach the top shulker box. We can! Sick! Okay. Now this room. Obviously, we're going to put the ugliest windows in here. Sorry. I know I go on tangents. I am trying to get back on track. I'm sorry. But you get my point, where it's like, I want these people to do well for themselves, regardless of who they are. But I also like people who are just doing what they do. And Neil Newbon is one of those people that just does what he does, and I love that. Or even, you know, Caleb Landry Jones. I love that he does what he does, and that is sick to me. I love that type of energy. I like people who are intriguing, but not too weird, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of hate those glass windows, actually. Let's remove that. I think we'll just do clear, because there's so much going on in this room anyways. There's just so much going on. Also, we're going to kill that guy. Just I will let you know, that guy will be dead. He will be deceased by the time we're done. But since Miki's home, I'm just going to finish up this room, and we'll go from there, I think. But, I don't know. I feel like I want to talk more, because, you know, I don't get to talk about my interest a lot, I don't think. I get to talk about whatever I saw that was irritating or random or whatever, but I think I like to talk about some things I do like, just to get a glimpse of what type of things I like and don't like. That's just me. Okay. What is wrong with my stream? Is it working? Let's see. Yes, okay. So, anyways, for me, I just like, you know, interesting people, interesting characters. They're more my vibe, they're more my speed. Also, we're going to do Shroom Lifer in here. I think that's nicer than just not. And we are just going to do the whole ceiling this. Not because I want to, but because it's like, I think we just should. This room is just literally just an in-between room. It's not supposed to be anything special. So we're not going to make it special. We're just going to make it very interesting, though. But, you know, I like actors when they're interesting, or voice actors when they're interesting. But in this case, I just like 3 people. Like, also, let's kill this guy real quick. Get out of here. Get out of here, freak. But I just like what I like. And that's not a lot, okay? To be transparent, it's not a lot of people I like. Because It's so hard to like so much people, to me. It's very, very hard to like a lot of people. Because there's so many people with so many dynamics that it's just like, I don't like what you stand for. Or in some cases, I do like what they stand for, but it's just like, sometimes I just don't care to like what they stand for. You know what I mean? Also, this room we're going to leave for when Alex can come in sometime. To ask them what they would like to do with that. To see if they want that to be their room, or if maybe I could just propose to them the house idea. So then, you know, I can make a tiny little village downstairs. And do I want that for there, or do I want this? No, we'll put this down. I think that'll be better. I meant to put this down, not that. But this was supposed to be the chest room, just for all the chests and whatever. Which means I was gonna probably block out the windows with, you know, wall. But that's another time for another day. But we are gonna finish this stairs room real quick before I go. But my finishing thoughts, I guess, for certain things, I'm just hoping that people are not just doing reckless things. You know what I mean? It's like, every time I see a new relationship with new people, I just get questionable. Do I like that or do I like that better? I think I like both. But I think we could do something different with that. But I think I like this. It's just, we'll have to do it slightly different. But I don't know. I think we will do that with this though. Yeah, I like that. That's intriguing. But if need be, I can always make a different building or something just for chests and whatever shit. That's not my problem. I can always do that on the lower floors. Actually, do I like that? I don't think I do. So we're gonna break that. We're gonna break that and just do this. That's more clean and more linear. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Just get rid of that. But you get what I'm saying. I just hope that people just know what they're doing with their own lives right now, because a lot of people are just doing a lot of reckless shit from what I've seen lately. And I don't want this to become a new pattern for this world, you know? You know what I mean? Because I've been seeing a lot of people just doing toxic shit. And I'm like, hey guys, how about we don't? How about we don't do the toxic shit that's gonna get us in trouble? How about we don't do that? Also, we are gonna do, I think we're gonna do fancy lighting in here. Maybe we could put chests in here too. I don't know. But I do think we are gonna do this. I don't think we're gonna do the whole wall this. I think we're gonna do what we've been doing. Is do the fancy little lighting. But I think this time we're just gonna do a whole row of that, and then we're just gonna do like, you get what I'm saying. But I just hope that people do what they should be doing for themselves, so then they're not putting each other through pain. Because that's what I've been seeing so much lately, is people just doing reckless things are just gonna hurt themselves in the long run. Hold on. There we go. Is that too high? Or too low, I should say? A little bit. A little bit, but then you wouldn't be able to see that. A little bit. It's fine though. I think it's good. I don't hate it. We'll deal with it later. But on that note, we'll do that again later. Most likely. Where's the front of the house? There it is. It's funny that I face the front of the house towards the town. Well, let's move all the way back to see the progress that we've done. Because we do love a good cinematic finish for this stream. As we always do. Okay. Anyways. Since this is the final ending to the stream, I do want to preface some things. Bean, what are you doing, man? Hold on. Beanie, what are you doing? Hey, Beanie. Hey. Beanie, hey. Hold on. There you go. There you go, Beanie. Sorry. Bean wasn't able to get hay out that she wanted, so I just got it for her. But anyways, it's the final conclusion of this stream. Long story short, kind of a lot's been going on. We've been having people coming to the house back to back to back. So that's partly why I haven't been here. The other part is I've been not feeling physically well to do a lot. So I've just been doing whatever. And I wasn't feeling good to even do this today, but since I couldn't go back to sleep, because I had to wait for Minky to get home because they didn't have a key, I just decided to just say, fuck it, we'll just stream, because I haven't done it this week. So, that's why we're here. But, I guess my main focal point of when I was like talking about the Evan Peters thing earlier was to mainly just be like, I feel like it's sad, you know? Because I understand why they both want relationships and why they want to both have better themselves, better their lives with another person, but right now, if the theories are true, if the rumors are true, then that will just make me sad that they're dating. Because she is in no place to date right now. He is and isn't. I think that they both need work on themselves before trying to venture out to these relationship endeavors. This, that, whatever. And to maybe just, dial it back a bit. Because I understand that Evan is almost 40 in like 2 years. So I understand why to him his mental clock, relationship clock is running out. But I'm looking at Neil Newbon and I'm like, that's a good example of someone that just does not have a clock to them. They'll date if they want to. They'll date if they can. And he's almost in his mid 40s, right? He's older than Evan Peters, and he's dating. He's doing shit. Because he just doesn't have that mental clock, that mental panic, that mental worry. And I respect that, It's like if you date when you're older, date when you're older. You can date whenever you want. That kind of mindset. Like, date whenever you want if you're an adult. How about that? That clock should just not exist. You shouldn't be paranoid that, life is going to die just because you're not with somebody. I had to learn that perspective the hard way. As I'm pretty sure a lot of people had to learn that the hard way. But in this case, I'm just like, I know Evan wants to have those kind of relationships where things are good, things are nice. And I know that she wants her own life too, her own love life. But at the same time, it's like, I think that they should just not approach this. For themselves, especially for her. So then she can internalize, she can heal, she can do this, that, whatever. That's just to me. But, I don't know. It's all just, I see so many people doing the same rhetoric. She's not the only one doing this, but she's the most famous one recently doing it. A lot. Where I'm just like, okay guys, please stop. Take a break. Resume later on if you think that that's a good adventure to get into. But if it's not, then don't. And I feel like that's a good thing to say for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're a celebrity or not. It's the main problem of if you're just not a person that is worked through your own bullshit, or at the very least you didn't reflect on all that shit to be like, okay, I don't think I want this, or this, that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Self-worth, self-help, self this, that, whatever. If you didn't even do that for yourself, for your own self-journey to realize, oh yeah, this shit sucks. Or yeah, I should have worked on this. If you're not doing that for yourself or for others, then maybe don't be in a relationship. That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, then don't be in a relationship because this is all bad. To me, this is bad. Because if she's just going to jump into a relationship with a guy that's single, but still, if you guys are just jumping into this willy-nilly, then you're just going to hurt each other. Hurt yourselves, hurt the people around you, and that's just not okay. And if it does magically work on the rare chance, then how long? You know what I'm saying? I know people say, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. But I feel like if you are in that mindset where you want that type of relationship to last, then that rhetoric should just not be there, right? You should just not be like, oh, we're going to rush into this because we're on a biological clock. You know what I'm saying? It's just, no. Remove the clock and focus on what's better for both of you. Self-worth, self-healing, this, that, whatever. But, other than that, Moonbas and Peeps. That's all I gotta say on that. But there has been a really depressing rhetoric. I don't know what's wrong with Bean, but she's getting better, obviously. But it's about to be the 6th day today. So 5 days ago, maybe 6 days ago, give or take, Bean was having a little bit of restroom problems, where there was blood in her, not in her stool, but in her, the other function. And I'm hoping that it's just a UTI, because I've been putting her on this pill that helps with UTI, stones, and sludge. So she's been on that for 5 days now. It's about to be her 6th day because I'm about to give it to her soon. That's also why I'm ending the stream, so then I can spot clean her cage, but also give her the pill. She hates it, by the way. She will scream at me to stop sometimes. I'm like, no, you have to, man. I would love to not do this because I don't like putting you through stress. But we have to because this is going to help you get better. So, I don't know what's wrong with her. I haven't taken her to a vet because my first option was this, to just buy her a pill to see if it's one of those three, right? One of those three options. And so far, I think it's working because she hasn't had any issue since then. She's having a clean, restroom type of deal with that. So there's no blood anymore. So I think it was just a UTI. But after tomorrow, because tomorrow will be her last day on the pill, then she could go back to her normal food. So she'll be good. She's been fine ever since. And that's the weird thing. She's been acting fine this whole time. It was just the one bathroom trips, one or two. I'm pretty sure it was just 2 bathroom trips that were bad. And then the rest was just like she wasn't having any. Because of, whatever's been going on with her. So she's been only on her hay and on water this whole time because that's what the pill said to do. So she's been on a cleansing cycle, if you want to call it that, for the past almost 6 days now. Because I'm going to give her the pill when we're done with this. So that's been the only stressful development. But luckily she's almost done with this. And I have pills just in case if this happens again, so we won't be fucked over. And Everett was like, we'll also buy drops for her water, just to make sure, just to make magical sure. because we don't know what's going on. We don't know what we'll do with that. But hello, I'm sorry to the people who just joined. This is about to end. I'm so sorry. Hi. But yeah, so Bean's fine right now. She's, you know, she's managing. She doesn't like not having her food. I don't like it either. Because obviously, you know, she needs to eat. But she is still eating. She's still eating hay. You know, it's better than nothing. But, you know, it's not what I would like. But yeah, other than that, we're going to have another showing this weekend for the house. So that's good. I'm just hoping that we get someone to buy this house soon so that we don't get fucked over during Christmas, right? Because we all just want to be here in the house for Christmas to have that shit. But you know, it is what it is. The house thing, not really much has happened other than showings and whatever. We didn't have much of anything for a hot minute. And we were waiting for the realtor to talk to us. Nothing. But then they finally were giving us back to back to back to back. So that's kind of why this week I'm like, ah! And also while doing Bean shit. So it's like, oh god, Bean, be alive. Don't die on me. I'll scream and cry. And then this shit. So I'm like, oh god, I have to clean her cage. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I don't want these people to fucking be weird. I don't want people to judge. But yeah. So she's fine. She's got her winter bedding going on right now because I had to buy her new winter bedding because all that shit's packed. But, you know, she's got new bedding. She's got new stuff. And she's doing okay. She's fine other than, you know, that the 2 bathroom visits of the blood. And then nothing at all. Then she finally was just on hay and water to detox with the pill. So she's getting better now. And I think after tomorrow, I'll just not give her any more of the pills. Because obviously they said do it for only 7 days. So I'm going to give her normal food again after tomorrow. You know? Just so then we can get that dealt with. So she's fine. She's okay. But, and the baby's screaming. Anyways, on that note, moo moos and peeps. I'm just sad, okay? I'm just gonna say that bluntly. I've been really sad lately. That's also why I've been not very frequent. I've been demotivated because I want to play Baldur's Gate, okay? I want to find a way to play Baldur's Gate and stream that shit for you guys. On a different platform, obviously. Where, you know, you have to be 18 plus to watch, obviously. So then we can have that kind of fun time, you know? That's fun to me. I would love to do that with Jess or Death and whatever. Do that shit, you know? Maybe do a stream with them and whatever. I don't know. Do something. But, you know, whatever. But also, I also just want to play my Borderlands games again and whatever. And maybe someday play Borderlands 4. We hate 3. Hopefully 4 can redeem itself, and a lot of people are saying it has, other than it crashing and breaking, but other than that, you know, what can you do? But, you know, I just want to get back to gaming, but also I haven't done much art things lately since this whole fiasco, so I've been really demotivated, really sad, and I have nothing to do. So that's where we're at. I would like to do things. I would like to have fun. I would like to have my own things. But I'm hoping for a hopeful future. I don't know, though. I'm just hoping that we can get to that point soon. But, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, we'll get there, I'm hoping. I'm just hoping that it's not until January or something. Because that would fucking suck. But you get my point. But anyways, moves and peeps, I rambled too much for this ending preamble. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for coming, and I hope this stream was a good one this time, unlike last time. I am sorry for that. It's still on YouTube. It is. It's in the Minecraft playlist, but also in the struggle streams, and you'll know why. It's god-awful. if you want to watch it. But yeah, I will talk to y'all later. Bye!